Hey everyone, I've got 6 books back from CGC. These are some pretty big books. I just had to share them with you today. The first one I've never actually worked on. It's more of a square bound, not magazine size, but kind of more like a magazine with the paper quality, thickness, all that stuff. But yeah, they call it DC 100 Page Spectacular number 6. I thought it was World's Greatest Superheroes, so apparently I don't know anything about titles. But yeah, I expected to get, let me check my notes here, a 9.2 on this one. I thought it started about a 7.0. I had to do a lot of work. There is a faint crease on the back corner, which I thought could even limit it to 8.0 down here. But it's very, 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 very faint. You can see it right there. So I didn't know, man. I thought it could have got 8.0, but 9.0 is a reasonable grade, I think, on this book. So on to the next book. All right, we've got, of course, first cameo appearance of Wolverine, Incredible Hulk number 180. This came back as a 7.5, and I had it as a 7.0. It started as a 6.5. And yeah, 7.0 is what I expected, and we got 7.5. There is a 2-inch crease on the book, but it's very, very, very faint. And I guess if you add up all the creasing, actually, it adds up to about 2 inches there. And I think most of it is right there on the spine. So, I think that's the limiting factor on this book, and that's why I had it as a 7.0. But everything else is so nice, they probably just figured we'll bump it up. But it does present like a 9.0, 9.2, because, that your eye isn't instantly drawn to this little tiny crease over here. But it's an absolutely beautiful book. And yeah, whenever you get a slightly higher grade than you expect, that's a good time. So now we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 9. I bought this was sent to me as a raw book, and I thought the book presents like an 8.0 or better. But unfortunately, it has. I don't know how common this is on this book. This is the first time I've actually worked on this book that I can remember. It's got this faint reader's crease in it, but it's right down the edge of the spine. So I didn't know if they would discount that, because it's right there where basically the book naturally folds, right? So I don't know what they call that. Is that a crease? Is it a reader's crease? Is it just wear? Is it common for the book so they don't take off for it? So I really had no idea on this book. I thought this could get, sky's the limit. I thought this could get anywhere between 6.0 and 9.0 or something like that. I really had no idea how they would do that, but apparently they do count off for that. So 6.5 is the grade we came back as. I actually thought it would just get 6.0. Now, reader's crease, I think a full one down the whole book usually limits you to 5.0. But I think because it was on that edge like that, that's why they bumped it up a full grade, 3 grades, to 6.5. Because the rest of the book literally looks, I think it has a slight fade to it, a very, very slight fade. So that's why I don't think it's going to get more than 9.085, even if it wasn't for that. But yeah, still a beautifully presenting copy otherwise. As far as defects go, that's it. I mean, that's pretty much, there's not much else going on there. So yeah, we got slightly higher again than we expected. That is very, very, very cool. So the next one I've got is an X-Men 101, First Phoenix. It was sent to me raw, and it was about a 9.2, 9.4, I would have guessed. And I actually thought I got it up to a 9.4, borderline 9.6. Well, we got the 9.6 white pages, which is really, really cool. I don't think there was any universe this book ever gets 9.8. I think there's pretty substantial cluster of ticks right here. It breaks color. I think there's 3 right there together. So that instantly takes you out of 9.8 territory. Otherwise, a beautiful book, but I think they got the grade right. It's just whether those ticks extended far enough into the book to warrant making it a 9.4. And I guess it made the grade, it made the cut, and we got the 9.6. And white pages is really, really cool, because off-white to white, off-white is very common on that book. All right, moving up, and it just seems like every book, we get bigger and bigger books here. So Amazing Spider-Man 129, I will hide the grade on this one, even though I do know the grade. This was sent as a raw book, and I thought it was about a 6.0 when I got it. It was pretty rough. There was some crinkling, you know, a lot of stuff going on there, but it had good bones, I guess is what you would call it. Now, there is a small, tiny crease and a small tear on the front cover. I believe down here on the bottom. My eyes, I can't see it right now. Yeah, right here under the A in Jackal. It's almost imperceptible unless you get it just right. Yeah, there's like some little spots there. And, you know, there's nothing you can do about a tear except flatten it out a little bit, make it look less obvious. So I think this book, based on those factors, I had it as a 7.0. So I thought going from a 6.0 to a 7.0 was really, really good. Well, apparently I don't know what I'm doing because this book got an 8.5, which is pretty tremendous when your expectations are 7.0. Apparently they discounted this tiny little tear here. But yeah, I mean, there's hardly anything going on in the spine. There's really not a whole bunch of creasing. The book is beautiful. This corner's dinged a little bit right here. But, I mean, once again, if you hold it up like this, I mean, that thing looks like a 9.2, 9.4, just looking at it. Presents like a 9.4, I would say. Maybe even 9.6. So, it doesn't surprise me. 8.5, I mean, it is kind of shocking, surprising, but not at the same time. I mean, I think a lot of the graders at CGC just go off overall presentation, and they kind of discount a lot of the defects that you see on books. I know they do measure things and count things and defects, but I know that a beautifully presenting book can make up for some of that stuff. There's a little bit of gray area there. It's not like Overstreet where, you know, if it's this is on there, it can never get such and such grade and yada yada, you know, all that stuff. Overstreet's a lot more harsh than obviously CGC, PSA, and now the defunct CBCS. Well, the owner, it's not my book, the owner is going to absolutely hit the floor when he finds out that he got an 8.5 on this book, because I think his expectation was 7.0. That's a substantial difference on that book. And last, once again, not even close to least, Hulk 181, full appearance, first of Wolverine. This one was a raw book as well. Had it about a 6.0 when I got it. And I think I was able to get it up to a 7.5. But once again, beautifully presenting book. These people that send me these books, man, they just know how to buy books. Because every single one of these is just presents, most of them. Look at the ink on that. I mean, look at the colors. There is no fading on that book at all. This is just a beautiful, beautiful copy. I actually can't remember. I didn't look just now, so I can't remember what grade we got. But, oh my lord, we got an 8.5 on this one too. I completely forgotten we got 8.5 on both of those books. That's just crazy. I mean, that is a substantial increase. We're thinking, you know, 7.0 on this one and 7.5 on this one, and we got 8.5 and 8.5. We did get off white to white, which is, it's okay. I don't think the owner of that book is going to be, you know, resubmitting because of that, because I think we would much rather have the 8.5 than the 7.5, right? So yeah, once again, a successful submission. Very happy to be able to get these grades for, I don't think any of these books were mine, were they? Yeah, none of these books were mine. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of books for other people lately. And honestly, finding books is becoming more and more difficult, I'm finding. You know, I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's just we had the rush, you know, of, you know, when after COVID happened, we had the comic boom. People found out, remember what the keys were, and just people just started buying them up because of the boom, not because of prices, but prices went down. So books are more affordable now. But once again, maybe the population is just lower. And I'm just having trouble finding books. You know, I would say if I look once a week, which I'm not doing lately, I'm looking about once a month. If I look once a week, I used to find 7, 8, 9, 10 books that were great candidates. Now I'm lucky if I find 2. So I've had to expand to other sources to look for books. It's getting to the point where I think I might need to hit the road and go to some comic shops, build some relationships with people in order to get more books for myself to work on and flip and all that good stuff. So you might be seeing videos of me driving around the country, region, whatever, looking for books. I don't know if you'd be interested in any of that kind of content. I know a lot of people are already doing that stuff, but I mean, if it's what I'm doing, that's what I'm gonna make videos about. So we'll see. I just don't know yet. We've got a busy couple months. Heroes Con is about to happen, and all that stuff. We'll see what happens after that. I might just do that. I mean, it just depends on how life treats me. I have kids, you know, and one in college, one in high school, one about to be in high school. It's just, yeah, there's not much time for things, but I might be able to find a 2-day, 3-day weekend or something to hit the road. We'll see. But let me know in the comments what you think about that, if you'd be interested in watching that kind of content, or whether you'd prefer just what I'm doing already, maybe a little cleaning and pressing stuff mixed in here and there, unboxings, that type of thing. But I don't know how to record those videos. I've done a few, but I have to just watch somebody like Lunch Money Comics or something to see, because I know that guy does it right? So, yeah, something like that. So thanks for watching. Stay nerdy. I'll see you in the next video.